Hey guys, here for my personal pause, and again, I'm doing it in the evening, so it's getting darker. Um, but anyway, I'm coming to do my personal pause. I'm just gonna start with the week and how it's been going. It's been another busy week, but that's only due to Little and I. We've been doing sign language class at the library, and I'm glad we are doing it because I plan on him doing sign language anyway this year. We've done it in the past when he was younger, but as he began to talk, honestly, sign language was my youngest son's first language. And it's not because he's not deaf or anything, but I just thought it would help with not having many melt. We just thought it would be best to teach him sign language at a young age to help him to communicate and to also lessen meltdowns and frustration with trying to communicate. But once he started talking and was able to talk, the sign language just went out the door. So I'm trying to get him and myself back into it. For those of you that don't know, I am a homeschool mom, but I am also a special needs mom. And so my oldest son is special needs. He has anoxic brain damage and cerebral palsy. And because he's a special needs child, that puts us in the special needs community. And we might come across a deaf person one day and would like to be able to, hold on guys, and we would like to be able to communicate with that community if the chance ever presents itself. So anyway, we've been doing that for a whole week, and it's been great because she is engaging us in using signs and talking more with our hands. And so it's been great, and it's been a great catalyst to what I want to do in the upcoming school year. I think we're going to do a semester of sign language, and then we'll switch and do a semester of Spanish. And we're going to continue to do Spanish until hopefully Little is fluent in sign language and fluent in sign language. What else has went on this week? As you guys may have seen in my other video, Biggs got his new wheelchair, so we are very excited about that. But Biggs got his new wheelchair, so if you guys have not seen that video, go check it out. So we are very excited about that. And what else happened? Oh, I won an Amazon gift card from my library. They have the reading program, and so as you meet certain milestones in the reading program, you can get tickets, and you can put your ticket in any of the prizes that they have. And at the end of the program, they draw, and if your name gets called, you get the prize that you put your ticket in. So I happened to win. Little didn't win anything this time, but he was sad. He's over there. He's like, he was sad. But I won a $10 gift card for Amazon. What else? Oh, the hair is out. It is hair week. Since it's summertime. Hair twisted. Since it's summertime, it's been taking me like a couple of days to retwist my hair. But as you guys have seen in other videos, my hair has been twisted. I have been wearing twists the whole summer. No, actually before the summer started. So it's been since spring up until the summer. So I've been wearing my hair in twists for months. So right now it's just getting a little break. I've already washed it and deep conditioned it. And so what I'm going to do tonight is detangle and start parting it so I can retwist tomorrow and Friday and be done by Saturday. So we're going to see how that goes. But yeah, it's been a process doing the hair. My husband has been so encouraging with saying, yeah, keep it twisted. And once the process is done, I'm happy. But once I get to the middle, I'm like, oh, I still got all this hair to go. But once it's done, I'm happy because I normally can make it last for 2 weeks and I don't have to worry about it. And it's been really hot here where I live. So it's nice to just be able to put it back in a ponytail, put it up, and go. So, like I said, it's looking kind of rough right now. I'm joking. It's not looking rough. But yeah, it's got to be redone. So that's that. What else has happened this week? Well, I think this is going to take me into my personal pause. Little one running around. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys. So, like I was saying, I'm about to get into my personal pause. I do apologize if the video is shaking. I have the tablet on my lap on a pillow, and I think as I'm talking, it's causing it to vibrate, causing some vibration. So, um, but yeah, so I'm going to jump into my personal pause. And this personal pause is going to be about socialization, public school, homeschooling, just a combination of things, which, like I said last week, my personal pauses I'm drawing from how my week went. And so this will be a little bit of a conversation that I've had with a mom that I met during at the sign language class. And anyway, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. Socialization. So we know as homeschool parents, that's one of the biggest questions we get is, what are you going to do about socialization? Your child needs to be socialized. And I've mentioned this before in a video a long time ago. It is up to our job as the parents to socialize our children, and to prepare them for the world and to help them to interact with people. I'm not saying that they can't get some of that from kids, but the important aspects of it they need to get from us. Now, as the years have went on, this is what I've come to realize. There's two types of socialization. There's good socialization and there's bad socialization. And just a disclaimer, I'm going to be very honest with the things I'm saying. Um, this is not to none of my videos, and I hate that I even have to use a disclaimer because I I think if we would reason and listen to what a person is saying, you can deduct if it's about you or if it's not about you. But anyway, none of my videos that when I'm talking about parenting stuff is to make anybody feel bad. Hopefully, it's to bring awareness and to just open up dialogue. So with that being said, like I said, there's going to be some things where I'm just going to be honest about it because at this point we can't sugarcoat it. But the reality is there are two types of socialization. One, good socialization and bad socialization. Now, I and my husband, we were both public school. And when you're in public school, you get exposed to a lot of bad socialization. A lot of bad behaviors that I picked up were from the peers I was around, wanting to cuss or talk about people or click up and then not like another click. I learned that all from my peers. We learned that from our peers. Um, Seeing kids get bullied, or you may be on the end of being bullied. That's all bad socialization. And over time, the reality of it is it happens a lot in public school. And it happens more because let's think about it. How many times throughout a school day are kids by themselves? Or not just by themselves, or the adult supervision is severely low. School bus. On some school buses, you have one bus driver and more than 10 kids on the bus. I haven't been on a school bus in a long time, but you have more. Um, the kids definitely, outdo the bus driver or the adult on the bus. On some buses, you have a bus driver and maybe an assistant. But still, when you have kids sitting in the back of the buses and the bus seats are high, there's, oh, did you see such and such? I don't like her. Da, 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 da. Well, look at her. Look what she got on. Or he stinks, or she's fat, or oh, she's too skinny, or You know what? I don't like you because you think you're better than me. All of this stuff can now happen on the bus. Some kids are on a bus for like 20 minutes going to school and coming back home. So you add that up, that's 40 minutes of being on the bus. And if this child is being picked on, or if this child is the bully, or there's a group, that's 40 minutes of bad socialization. Now we get into the school. And again, I'm trying to go off of my memory of being in school and also the memory of my oldest son being in school. But it was different with him because he was in a special needs class. But anyway, I digress. So you get to school. Sometimes you wait outside with your friends. Yeah, you got teachers around, but they're still not really, they're not like in your personal space watching what you're talking about. So that's time right there where you can hear something inappropriate. Um, yeah, I like this boy and I want to go further with him. Or, yes, I like this girl and I want to go further with her. Or, I'm thinking about doing this and my mom doesn't want me to, or my dad doesn't want me to. So now that's more bad socialization. That's outside the school before school even starts. Okay. So now we're in the building. I'm just going to speed through this really quickly. So then, especially when you're in middle school and high school, switching classes, there's time for bad socialization. Lunch, there's time for bad socialization. Um, and I'm saying all of this not to scare anybody, but I'm saying it because it's true. Throughout a typical day at school, our kids, if they're in the public school, have a greater chance to be badly socialized. Okay, now I'm not going to say that bad socialization may not happen within homeschooling groups. I can't speak about that much because I can only speak for my group. I don't know too many other homeschooling groups personally. Um, what I'm going to say about that is it does happen. It can happen. But by us being there with our kids, we have a greater chance to nip that in the bud. That's basically what I'm saying about that. Versus when your child is in public school, there's that greater chance for your child to keep, if they're being bullied or if they're being advanced in a way that they shouldn't be advanced. I'm talking about physically. Um, they may keep that to themselves and not talk to their parents. And so when your child is in public school, it's important to be visible for your child. And I know it's hard with people's jobs. Like, it's hard for people to get off to, go visit at their child's school. But I just encourage parents that have their children in public school to just try to be involved as much as you can, to try to open up that door of communication so that your children can come and talk to you and share if something happened to them or if something is going to happen. Somebody said something about what I had on, or somebody said I look like this, or somebody doesn't like me because of this, or this group of kids, just try to open up that avenue so that they can come and share and not suffer in silence. And vice versa. I mean, we have to be honest. There's a lot of, your child might be the bully. Your child might be the aggressor. Looking to see if your child is the aggressor and opening up that avenue for your child to come and talk to you and to find out, maybe they may be bullying because of lack of attention at home. Maybe a teacher is causing problems with them and they taking it out on other kids, whatever the case may be. Just and wherever you may fall in that spectrum as a parent, whether your child is the recipient of the name calling and the bullying, or whether your child is the bully. There needs to be an avenue, a safe avenue to talk. And bullies get a lot of stigma. It's like, oh, that child's the bully, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, where's that coming from? And the same thing we do for kids that are victims of bullies, trying to offer therapy and help and, counseling, that needs to be there for bullies. And I'm not saying that it's not. So I don't want people saying, well, there is counseling for bullies or for kids that are troubled. I'm not saying that there's not, but I'm saying we just should not, oh, that child's a bully, yada yada. We need to, be compassionate and get to the root of why that is and try to stop that. And not be shocked if your child is the bully. That's the truth. Um, so like I've said, I've talked to a couple of parents recently where their children are in public school and they're thinking about taking them out because they don't like what's happening. They don't like what their kids are being exposed to. And at the end of the day, that's one reason why we homeschool our kids, is because, like I said, I've been in that atmosphere. As a homeschooling parent, it's my job to safely expose my son to the world. And I think that's a misconception with those of us that homeschool. They think, oh, we just shelter our kids and they're going to be naive to the world. No, that's not true. But I have a 6-year-old son, and I don't want him being exposed to things that's above his 6-year-old level. I don't want another 6-year-old talking to him about how babies are born or even sex. I mean, let's just be honest. That's the truth. You have 6-year-olds that know about that, or they think they know about it. And it's not his job to hear these certain topics from another 6-year-old child. It's my husband and my job to safely expose him to the world and to prepare him for the world. Um, so yeah, I just want to give some more information about socialization. And again, if you're going to have your kids in public school, I don't knock any parent that does it, because I don't know everybody's situation, and then situations change. All I can do is encourage you to be involved as much as you can. Be a listening ear to your children. Make that time to allow them to talk and speak their heart and, get things off their chest. Share some of your history. The other day, Little was asking me about bullies, and he was like, "Mommy, were there bullies in your school?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Did you have bullies?" Like, he was asking me personally, did I deal with bullies? And I said, "Yeah." And then he asked me, he said, "Were there girl bullies or boy bullies?" I said, "Yeah, I dealt with both." Um, and I left it at that. I didn't want to go too deep because he wasn't asking any deeper questions, and I didn't want to, spark his curiosity more. But I answered what he asked me. And he was like, "Well, do you speak to those bullies now?" And I said, "Well, no, I haven't seen them." And I said, most of the time, bullies grow up and they mature and they're not bullies anymore. Um, but, hey, but I opened up and I shared with him that I've dealt with bullies. Um, so yeah, he asked me if I've ever been mean to somebody. Yeah, I was mean to people that didn't like me, and I was. Um, I wasn't I wasn't I wasn't the type of kid that just went around being mean. That wasn't me, but just like any of us, if you didn't like me, I didn't like you. If you didn't like my friends, I didn't like. Um and that was mainly in middle school, and that's one reason why I had to open enroll to another high school, because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. High school was much better for me. Um and I did tell my mom about certain bullies, and then there were sometimes I didn't say anything. But I just want to encourage, like I said, I just want to encourage those of you that have your kids in public school to, again, just try to be there as much as you can. Be a positive presence for your children, and to let the teachers know too. Like, I know what's going on, and I'm aware, and your child. And those of us that homeschool, I'm not saying that There's not bad socialization, but again, with us being more hands-on and visible, we can see, and hopefully we are aware that if something's going on and we don't want our kids to be exposed to, we can nip that in the bud and talk to the parent and say, hey, your kid said this. I don't want my child to hear that, or whatever, and everybody could be mature in the situation and reason together. So I feel like I'm making this video long. I thought I wanted to say something else, but that might be it. So yeah. Oh, no, no, no. This was another thing. Yeah, this was another thing. So the mom that I was talking to that kind of rejogged my mind about all of this, because like I said, I've talked to other parents that have they're saying, hey, I want to homeschool my child, but I'm concerned about the socialization. She was saying how her son is in the fourth grade, and as I was watching him interact, he still has that young, just innocent, youthful playing where he likes to imagine and stuff like that. And I remember when I was still like middle school, I was still playing with Barbies, and I was, I wasn't telling my friends I was playing with Barbies and dolls, but I was still playing with Barbies. So I feel like there was a part of me that was still trying to hold on to my little girl, my little childhood. And is there anything wrong with that? No. Because it wasn't until I got into middle school, like I kind of said earlier, where I was exposed to things that was at the time I shouldn't have been exposed to, seeing things that or hearing things that I shouldn't have been seeing. But I mean, teen pregnancies. There was a couple of girls in sixth grade that got pregnant, and that just opened my world. I'm like, oh, because before that, I didn't know that teenage girls could get pregnant. I didn't know. Um, so anyway, so this mom and I, we were talking, and she said she wants her son to have his innocence for as long as he can, as far as imaginary playing and playing with the toys that he plays with. And I said, I get it. And there could sometimes be a pressure when your kids get older and again around their peers for them. Well, we're doing this. I don't play with that anymore. I listen to this type of music, or I play this type of video game that has, a lot of violence in it. And this child may still want to play. Now y'all gonna laugh at me, but I haven't played a video game in years. So I know there's like Grand Theft Auto and like the Halo and a lot of the solo play games where there's a lot of violence. I know about that because I see some of that stuff advertised on YouTube. I think Mario is still around. I think Mario's still around. So that's what I'm about to go to is Mario. But their friends may be saying, well, I play Grand Theft Auto, or and that child is thinking to themselves, well, I still play Mario. And they may be embarrassed to say they still play Mario because they might get picked on. And that shouldn't be the case. If a child wants to hold on to their childhood and they're still maturing, but they still want to play, Mario, that should not be a problem. And so she was saying, she doesn't want her son to be looked at as if he's the oddball because he still wants to play with his figurines and stuff like that. And I'm like, I get it, because I'm the same way with little. I want him to enjoy being a kid and his innocence for as long as he can. Now, with him being older and he has he observes, his little world is being expanded. And so with that being said, I got to be prepared to answer the hard questions, which we get. Why is that person standing on the corner with a sign? I have to explain to him, why. And I'd rather it come from me than coming from another kid that's 6 years old saying, well, they're a bum, or they're this, or they're. I don't know that person's situation. Yeah, they may have a sign saying, I lost my job. I don't know. I mean, hopefully they're telling the truth. Sometimes these people are not telling the truth, and that's the truth. But I just have to let them know they're having a hard time. Some of those people that are standing on the corner, they're standing out there because I digress. because I'm getting off. So I'm gonna leave this video. I'm gonna stop it there. But as always, thank you for watching, taking the time out to hang out with me on my personal pauses. Thank you to any new subscribers. Thank you to all my old subscribers. I keep wanting to look this way and the camera's that way. Thank you to all my old subscribers. Any questions, comments, comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, subscribe.
Or give it 2 thumbs up.
Oh, my little said give it a 2 thumbs up, but you can't really do that on YouTube. But anyway, that's it, guys. I'll see you next Friday on my personal pause. Bye.